Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'll be taking us through the process of making this net top with ruffles at the middle. If you're interested in this kind of video, please hit on the like and subscribe button so you can get notified whenever I upload videos like this. So for this video, I actually made use of 1 yard of net fabric and pieces materials of this Ankara fabric. So please just to be on the comfortable side, make use of 1.5 yards so that you can do yours freely and you don't have to manage materials like me. So I've gone ahead to fold my material into 4 equal parts like that. Do you see? I folded it into 2, then folded it into 2 again. So I went ahead to just measure it out so that you can know the measurements of what I took. So I took about 15 inches at the width side, and for the length of this shirt or of this top, I'm going to make use of 26 inches. So you can make yours longer depending on what you want, but this is what I'm actually going with. So the next thing I'm going to do is to actually take my neck measurements. In my case, I'm using 3.5 inches like that by 3.5 inches. This is actually a standard measurement for tops, so you can make use of the same measurements like me. And I'm going to make a curve just like that. Just what I'm doing. Then from that point, I'm going to take my back neck measurement, which is 1 inch in my case. For this blouse, I'll be cutting both the front and the back at the same time. So that is why I'm taking my back measurement. So just take note of what I'm doing and you're going to understand it. So from there, I'm going to take my shoulder to shoulder measurement divided by 2, which is 7.5 inches. I'm going to mark it out like that. Then I'm going to take my sleeve length measurement. So in my own case, I'm using the whole fabric, which is about 8 inches. So you can make yours longer, you can make yours shorter. It just depends on what you want. Then from there, I'm going to take my shoulder slope, which is about 1.5 inches like that. So from that point, I'm going to get my ruler and I'm going to make a slant from the neck width down to that shoulder slope. Make the use of this shoulder slope is just to ensure that your shoulder actually laps well, the sleeve actually laps well on the body. So the next thing I'm going to do is that from that shoulder slope point, I'm actually going to come down by my shoulder to nipple point. My shoulder to nipple point, I'm using that measurement so that the sleeve can be actually very free. You know that this is like a free dress. So my shoulder to nipple is actually 11 inches. So I'm going to take that like that, and then from that point I'm going to come in by about 3 inches like that. This is what I'm doing. So the next thing I'm going to do is to take my bust round measurements, which is about 11 inches. I'm going to take it there like that, and I'm going to get extra 3 inches allowance for ease. But do you see why I said we should make use of 1.5 yards for this shirt? Do you see that if I add my 3 inches allowance, it's actually not going to have space for the armhole? So in my case, I'm just going to use it like that. I'm going to make use of 2.5 inch actually. Then I'm going to mark it out and I'm just going to manage it like that. It's still going to come out well, but if you have the opportunity, please make use of a larger amount of fabric so that it can be very free. At the end of the day, this was actually free on my customers, so there's no need to worry. So the same thing I took there, I'm going to take it down to the last part of the fabric. So this is a free fabric, this is a free shirt or top, so no need for shaping. So like that, I'm just going to then cut it out like so. So after cutting at the neck point, please ensure that you just cut the back neckline first. Then we're going to cut the shoulder part too like that. Then after doing that, we're going to separate it open like that. When we separate it, we're now going to take the front one piece for the front, and then we're going to cut out the front measurement. So please do not mix this up or make a mistake. After doing that, because we're not adding a zip to this, we're going to come down from the neck depth by 5 inches like that, so that you can be able to pass this through your head, and we're going to cut it open. Do you see what I have there? Then I'm going to place the back and on the front piece like that, right side facing the right side like that. Then we're going to sew this shoulder like that. So I've gone ahead to fold the shoulders like this. Do you see what it looks like? Then I'm going to get a piece of fabric which is about 2 inches, and I'm going to fold it like this. Do you see what I'm doing? Carefully fold it first, then fold it again. Then this is what we're going to have. So I'm going to fold it like this and sew it round for the neck piping. Then for the sleeve sleeve, I'm going to get about 5 inches fabric, which when you fold it is going to be about 2.5 inches like that. Then I'm going to attach it to the sleeve so that it can be longer and so that it can add to the design. So I've gone ahead to stitch one end of the V part like this, you see. So I'm going to get another piece and fold it just the way I illustrated before. Do you see what I'm doing? Then this is the way I folded the ends. Then I'm going to place it at this other side to start the curve part. I just hope you understand what I'm doing. Just follow up what I'm doing and then you're going to understand it. So I'm just going to carefully place the net inside after folding the fabric like this, and I'm going to top stitch it in a way that it is almost invisible. Do you see? So once I get to the other V side, I'm going to get another fabric just the same way I folded it. I'm going to fold the top side, then the sides like that. Then I'm going to insert it on the other side, starting from where the curve stopped. Do you see what I'm doing? Then I'm going to sew it like this. Then I'm going to turn it over and stitch it, then turn it over again and stitch it firmly. So this is what it looks like up front. So the essence of showing you this is to take note of where the needle is. Do you see that the needle is inside the fabric? So whenever you are turning it over to stitch, it doesn't move around. You are still at the same position. So do you see? So please take note of that when doing yours. So the same thing I did, I'll go ahead to put the net inside and I'm going to stitch it down like that. After doing this, I'm just going to get the edge like that, join it together with my sewing machine like that before I then cut it out. So at this point, I'm just going to stitch that edge that is coming out like that with my sewing machine. So I've gone ahead to join the band for the sleeve and for the lower end to, do you see what I did? I've gone ahead to join it neatly using the same method actually. So after that, I'm going to fold it into 2 equal parts like that, and I'm going to mark out, get my measurements in order for me to place that design at the middle. So I'm going to place my tape and get my shoulder to nipple points. For my case, it is 11 inches, so I'm going to come up by 1 inch to give me 10 inches, and I'm going to mark it out. So just take your shoulder to nipple points and come up by 1 inch. Then from that point, I'm going to take about 8 inches like that. So that is wide enough for my circle that I'm going to form. So do you see what I did? I'm just going to come out like that by 5 inches, and then I'm going to connect the points to form a circle. So after doing that, I'm going to do the same thing for the other end like that. I'm going to take my shoulder to nipple point, which is 11 inches minus 1 inch, and I'm going to come down by 8 inches, then come out by 5 inch. Do you understand what I'm saying? So just the same thing we did at the other end, but I'm going to do it at this end too. Then to form the different layers, I'm going to come out by 1.5 inches like that, mark it out, then come down again by 1.5 inch, and then again by 1.5 inch, and I'm going to connect it to form like a circle like that. Just look at what I'm doing, and with time you're going to understand it. So the same thing I did at one side, I'm going to do the same thing at the other side. Just the same procedure. Come about 1.5 inches and then connect the circles. Ensure that your points are actually the same, the number of circles are the same. Then I'm going to open it up and separate the back from the front, rewrite it so that it can be bold enough for us to see. You know that we're just joining this flower to just the front, so that is why we're doing just the front. Then I'm going to get another piece of fabric which is about 2 inches on a fold, so when it's open it's actually 4 inches. So I've gone ahead to stitch the front side like this just to join it. So I'm going to make this fabric as long as possible, let's say about 120 inches like that, just long enough to form our ruffles. Then we're going to get the front part and fold it up like this so that it doesn't bring out hairs, and then I'm going to place it and pleat it carefully on the fabric. So we're starting from the outermost circle layer first before we go inside. So I'm going to explain everything on the sewing machine. So this is what we have. I've already started pleating it up, so just see the method I'm going to use. I'm going to fold it like this. So I'm going to use like a particular pleating method to achieve this. So this is what it looks like. This is what it's going to be looking like. So we're just going to continue following the lines of the circle down to the midpoint. So after following it carefully, this is what it looks like. This is what we have. Do you see how full and fluffy it is looking? So at the end point, we're just going to keep on trying to cover up the space. So after we've covered it to an extent, I'm just going to get a scissors to cut it off because my fabric was actually too long at this point. So do you see the way I'm folding up the end and trying to cover up that hair to avoid the fabric from pulling out hairs like that, so that we can have a neat finishing. So please just take note of what I'm doing and you're going to understand it. So after we're done with this is actually the end of this tutorial. And please do not iron it out, please. I went ahead to iron mine out and it became so flat and I didn't really like the results. So please don't iron yours out, just join the slides like that and then you're good to go. If you enjoyed this tutorial, please give a thumbs up and don't forget to share these videos to your loved ones and to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Bye.